Emily Spins It. I'm Emily, and our guest today is Aria. Hi, Aria. How are you?
Hi, I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Of course. Thank you so much for coming. So you are a lifelong musician based here in New York.
Yep.
You primarily play the violin and guitar as well as singing?
Yes, I haven't played the violin in a long time,
okay.
but it definitely led me to where I am today.
That was your first instrument, right?
First instrument, played for like 15 years.
And a little fun fact is you were on American Idol?
Yes.
What was that like? Yeah, right?
No, one of my artists is on American Idol in 2023.
Yeah.
I went with her.
Yeah.
So trims.
Yeah.
She was episode 2, Maddie Mars.
Oh, it was tough. Yeah, I
Yeah.
did it in 2018. So
Okay.
I was a junior in high school.
Oh my god.
Katy Perry, Luke Bryan, and Lionel Richie.
That's who it was. For.
Yeah.
Lionel Richie would be a cool.
Yeah, he was the one I
not
was
to be
really.
So nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was super nice. It was definitely it was a lot to be in school. I had to miss a lot of school. My dad had to like call out of work and take me everywhere, and like they didn't really pay for your flight, so it was just kind of like, okay, I'm going to Denver. Sorry, I'm missing my final. And then they flew you out to 3 different auditions before you go to the actual thing. And you don't, I had to do one in Scottsdale, Arizona, and then I did a video audition, and then I had to go to Colorado to do another one, and then I went to LA to meet the judges. So they don't show any of that on TV. They make you think that people walk in and they just not your time. I'm like, no, I've got through so many of these. But it was different. It was a great experience.
Yeah.
But I knew when I went into the judges, I was not crushing this. I didn't hit any note. And they like angle up the stage so the judges are like looking down on you a little bit. I said, this is not my day. This is not my day.
What is the first show you remember attending?
Oh, attending.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, funny enough, it was an American Idol.
Me too.
No way.
Yes. My grandpa used to buy us tickets for the whole family.
Yes, it was. I was such an avid American Idol viewer when I was little.
Yeah.
And that we would all as a family watch it, and I was like, I'm gonna be on that show. And like watching it when I was so young, and so my parents surprised me with a top 10. It was Phil Phillips' year. I don't remember.
Oh, okay. I don't think I did that year. We did like Carrie Underwood's year.
I mean, that's like amazing. That's great.
Yeah, and then maybe
it's one up me
right
right
years
there.
after that. But yeah, we were done. We were not doing it by the time Phil Phillips came on. But okay, I know exactly what you mean. Though.
Yeah,
it was fun.
It was great. We saw the top 10 do their thing.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Phil Phillips was battling something. So he was super like sick, but he came out and sang at the very end, and I was like, wow, kudos to you, because he apparently was really going through it.
That's
but I really loved him as a kid. I just thought he was so funky and could with the guitar. I don't know. But yeah, I think that was my first real show.
That is so fun. I mean, like we did like kids theater shows growing up, but my first like concert in a venue was also an American Idol show. That is
that's
so
crazy. I feel like that's
funny.
not usual.
No, I usually just say it was Avril Lavigne because most of the time people are like, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
What is the first show you ever performed?
So that I was around 15.
Okay.
And there was this bar in Fountain Hills, Arizona, and it was called Grapables, and it was a wine bar, and I was not allowed inside because I'm 15. But they really liked my music, and so they'd have me walk around. Yeah. And I'd play outside in the patio.
That's so cute.
And there'd be no kids there or anything, but my parents would be there, and they'd bring their friends, and it's like around a fountain, and I would just play. I remember I had a little iPad, or a Nook, I think is what I had, up with the lyrics for all the covers that I'd play, and like the guitar was way too big for me. And,
that's adorable.
Yeah, there's so many videos. I can't watch it. I'm like in a dress. And I haven't worn a dress in like over a decade. But it's fun to watch. And I'm like all dolled up and But yeah, I think that was my first real my show where I felt like there was a beginning and an end, and I had to play some of my own songs covers.
Yeah, it was like a true performance.
'Cause hot girls always win.
Thanks for listening to Emily Spins It, presented by the Indie Music Network and Not Dead Yet Media. This episode was produced by Heather de Armas and edited by me, Emily Mills. Our intro and outro music is Hot Girls Always Win by Really Blonde. If you've enjoyed the episode, please support the podcast by sharing, subscribing, and leaving a review. You can also follow the show on Instagram and YouTube at Emily Spins It. For more shows about breaking through the noise, head over to the Indie Music Network podcast. If you have questions or feedback, contact us at notdeadyetmedia.com/contact.
'Cause hot girls